Stop by 6701 Cornerstone Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday and 7 a.m. Saturdays. Supply.com for more info or call 02-467-1627.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at him, sure.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson. 24 gets the touchdown.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley.
Who last week in his first start was a holy number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bog got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppels GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Welcome into the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. If Terrell was here, he would be going. Oh yeah, hype him up because Husker football is imminent. It will be coming here within this month. As of course, the Hall of Fame game last night. If you were just trying to get some sort of football, you probably enjoyed a little bit of that game. Nick, did you watch any of the Hall of Fame game last night?
Not a single snap.
Wow. You told me yesterday you weren't too much into it.
I will say that I did look at. So I did not make my way to the casino and bet on it. Jake was asking. Jake was joking around with me yesterday. He's like, "Nick, you gonna put a couple dollars on it?" I was like, "No." And then I looked at the odds and the lines and stuff, and like Zach Wilson, his pass yards was like 67.5.
Nice.
And I thought, all right, that seems really low. And then Dorian Thompson-Robinson DTR was his rushing yards was like 23.5. And I was like, all right, that seems low as well. So I was like, if I were to, and I promise I'd not put anything, I'm not that bad. But I was like, I would take the overs in both of those. And so I actually was going to dinner with my girlfriend last night in Omaha. And while we were driving, I did look at ESPN to see if Zach Wilson had hit the over, just to see if it would have hit. And he was at 65 yards at that point, and I don't know what else. I don't know if he hit it.
I don't know if he did. I
honestly don't know. I don't know if I didn't even look at DTR at that point. I just looked at Zach Wilson.
So Zach Wilson finished with 65 yards.
Oh, that would have been a killer. That would have been a heartbreaker.
Vegas always knows something too. Because,
absolutely. 67.5.
DTR
what a line
with 36 yards rushing.
So wow. Okay. What a line for 67.5 passing yards, and he finishes with 65. I will understand how they're able to get
those numbers out.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That was like the other. I can't remember what the other day was. It was like an MLB game, and I was looking through like the day games that happen, and obviously like it's like runs scored is the average is higher when there's like day baseball. The runs per game average is higher most of the time, and so like the over under in a game was like 11.5, which is a lot for a baseball game.
Quite a bit.
And it was like there were no runs through like the 6th inning. And then the over hit. There was 12 runs scored in the final 3 innings. And I was like, this is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. But Bach, man, what an eventful morning and also an uneventful morning.
Yeah, we've all been
conference
just
realignment.
Kind of looking, sitting there waiting for something to move because it's been an eventful at least 12 hours because the reports have kind of gone back and forth from all right, the move for the Pac-12 schools are imminent to kind of overnight. Things changed. The last hour, the Pac-12 is going to be saved. And now just 9 minutes ago, Brett McMurphy tweeting out, the Pac-12 unable to get the grant of rights signed this morning, and nothing has changed as far as Oregon and Washington joining the Big Ten. This is according to Action Network. He said Ducks and Huskies still expected to be Big Ten bound when finances are worked out. Which, again, it's just this I mean, you were being torn back and forth between this, and I can't imagine if you actually are part of this, how you're kind of feeling. Arizona and Arizona State kind of doing the same dance there. It's looking more and more like Arizona. Like there was this idea that Arizona State might be a package deal with Arizona. It's looking more and more like Arizona might be Big 12 bound themselves and by themselves, and Arizona State maybe not coming along with it. But it is just a crazy back and forth. And so kind of the latest reports, like we said, we just updated you there. I don't know how long to believe, or how long is that going to stay the same. Now they have said that, all this stuff was supposed to happen by the end of the week. This is the end of the week. I don't know if they're going to have any more meetings or emergency things going on here. But it is crazy to watch the Pac-12 either unfold, stay alive barely as it currently constructed. I mean, at the end of this, there always could be a Mountain West Pac-12 merger where they're not, called the Pac-12, but it's not necessarily how we traditionally think of it. But I don't know. I mean, it almost feels like it's going to happen eventually. This grant of right deal that they're trying to get people to sign on. I don't know if I would do that if I'm a school. That's what's holding these ACC schools back that are trying to find greener pastures. We'll keep you updated on if there's any more news. But as of now, the Pac-12 breath of hope, the fresh hope that was kind of
the glimmer of light,
presented this morning, looks like it is once again fading a little.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak. I guess honestly, maybe this is like part of my fault of thinking, they're going to accept it, even if Washington State and Oregon State, as rumored, was going to take a cut and basically give that directly to Oregon and Washington, because understanding that the Apple Plus TV deal or media rights deal, whatever it is, would only pay out a little over $20 million per school annually. Understanding that number was thrown out there, and whether it's on the low side of 20 plus or on the higher side, still below 30, obviously, and understanding that the Big Ten is going to get at least $60 million from here on out, and it's going to even approach up to upwards of $70 million every single year. I think, when we're sitting here kind of dissecting the entire thing, you would still, the mature thing to do would be, all right, that they're still not going to accept it, because even at 30 million, you're still only settling for half of it just to keep a dying conference alive. So maybe that's on me when I was telling Raph just a little bit ago, like, maybe there's a chance that the Pac-12 stays alive, because now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, Oregon and Washington would be stupid to stay. They'd be stupid to stay. It was basically the Pac-12's and George Kliakoff's final kind of attempt to salvage the conference, and at $20-some million per year, or even if you want to approach 30 million, like that's just not enough. It's not enough to stay in a conference that's not going to get enough national recognition. It's not going to get enough eyeballs on the product, and it's not going to be accessible for fans like the Big Ten or the SEC would, or even now the Big 12. So Arizona and Arizona State, they kind of made the decision last night that we're gonna go over there to the Big 12. It's official, full steam ahead. There might have been a little speed bump here where they wanted to meet with everybody. There was confirmation that all 9 Pac-12 presidents and chancellors were in on the Pac-12 meeting this morning. But the fact that it's already over shows that they didn't really get anywhere, and that there was never really a real significant chance.
Yeah, now it's just like this waiting game, because throughout all of this is kind of each school, each conference not being the one that officially kills the Pac-12, and whatever that, whatever way you want to look at it. All of this started to unfold with USC and UCLA leaving the Pac-12. So I don't know why anybody's afraid to be the death blow, because it is almost, barring a miracle here, it at some point the Pac-12 is not going to be able to keep up with the Big Ten and the SEC. And down the line, you just wonder where this ends, because we talk about realignment. Realignment's kind of been going on. You get kind of your breaks here and there, but it's a constant part of college football. So there's no ending spot for any of this. But that's what I kind of worry about down the line is, it's clear the SEC and the Big Ten are kind of in a league of their own. Yeah. What if the Big 12, this is hypothetically, obviously, because the SEC has been dominating. What the Big 12 starts, a few teams start winning too many championships or start, getting a bigger share of the college football playoff money, they're eventually going to want to join the SEC or the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're annually going to get all this money. And that's kind of where Florida State's kind of stuck right now, thinking, you know what? We are one of the brand names in college football. Why is Purdue and Northwestern and Wake Forest getting 30 more, not Wake Forest at the current, but
Illinois,
Vanderbilt,
Indiana,
SEC teams that aren't quite there. Why are they in this position where we should be? And so, I mean, I think when you talk about college football, and we've said this for years, everybody, it's kind of been a common thought for years, is the NCAA, college football, needing leadership, needing a commissioner. It's now more than ever, because none of these moves are based on what's best for the fan, what's best for the sport.
Oh no,
it's all money and it's all individuals. And then it's all kind of conferences. And at some point too, you got to worry about, and this has been tossed out there too, is if these marginal conferences outside the SEC and the Big Ten here in a few years have success, the SEC or Big Ten can just pack up and say, you know what, we're going to have our own league. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you could break off from the NCAA, not necessarily be part of that. The SEC have their own mini NFL type of situation and not even involve Big Ten teams. Now, I hope that that's not the case. But again, it's going to make for some confusion down the line if SEC schools and Big Ten schools aren't dominating. And then again, to me, basically relegation, where if somebody has so much success, they're going to want to join one of the leagues to get the most money.
Well, and so since the whole conversation is centered around the financial piece of it, Ross Dellinger. So a couple just housekeeping things to kind of tell you guys and provide context for the entire situation throughout the Pac-12, the Big 12, and the Big 10 right now. Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports reported about an hour and a half ago that the tide was turning and that they were probably going to reach an agreement on the media rights deal. All right. So that's where it was like there's renewed optimism despite Arizona having this idea that they were going to join the Big 12 last night. Well, how about this? So 13 minutes ago, Ross Dellinger reports, and this is similar to Brett McMurphy, that, quote, minutes before the Pac-12 president's meeting was scheduled to begin, I'm guessing that it was probably scheduled at 8 a.m., at 10 a.m. Central Time here, Lincoln Time, Oregon officials expressed further concerns about the Apple deal. Pac-12 is not expected to resolve the grant of rights deal this morning. And now Ralph Russo, who is a college football writer for the Associated Press, has reported that the Big Ten presidents are scheduled to have a meeting this morning. It is unclear, he says, that if there is a vote happening, and that Oregon and Washington have not received an invitation yet. So, understanding all of that, and basically, as Ross points out, the Pac-12 survival is contingent on keeping intact at least 8 of the current 9 members. A loss of 2 more schools is likely a recipe for collapse. As Pac-12 leaders enter the meeting, neither has happened. So, I mean, once again, there's just so much going on with the Big Ten's going to have a meeting. They haven't officially invited Oregon and Washington yet, but Oregon and Washington want to join the Big Ten. Oregon stopped the Pac-12 meeting basically before it even started because of further concerns regarding the Apple deal, which is completely understandable because there's no reason on God's green earth for Oregon, a place like that has a brand like the Ducks have, to settle for $20-some million for a media rights deal. Absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not. And so Washington is in that same boat. And as Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports pointed out, if 2 teams leave, the Pac-12 is going to collapse, and we're going to start to see things get even crazier. Another important piece of it is that the Apple deal expires today. So they have to make a decision by the end of today, and obviously it looks like they're not going to be able to.
So, I mean, you're looking at the teams that would be left here. It looks like, if Arizona and Arizona State is possibly could be left in the Pac-12. But if you're talking about the teams that are getting out, Oregon and Washington, potentially the Big Ten, Arizona and Arizona State, potentially to the Big 12. Again, Arizona closer to the Big 12 than Arizona State is. That leaves Cal, Washington State, Oregon State, Utah, and Stanford. Now, there was reports earlier in the week that the Big 12 or Big 10 might be interested in Cal and Stanford as well as Washington and Oregon. Those reports have kind of faded away. Now it looks like the Big 10 focuses on Oregon and Washington. So out of all of this, you have to wonder what happens to Cal, Washington State, Oregon State, Utah, and Stanford, and how much, could they come together? Could they save the Pac-12, or are they going out to the Mountain West or finding independence, or what would they do?
I certainly don't see them. I don't see them being as a priority of the Big Ten anymore.
No,
this is the way I look at it. Nebraska, or not Nebraska, because the Big Ten's first priority is Oregon and Washington, and that will, I'm sure, come in the next 24, 48 hours. Then I would assume that the Big Ten then turns its sights to the ACC. Because the Big 12 will start to turn. It's really weird, Bach, because the Big Ten and the Big 12 are the two vocal conferences that, like, you kind of have an idea what they're doing. The SEC, no clue what's going on. I am a little sad that the Big Ten's not going after Utah. I'm a little disappointed. Now, from a rivalry standpoint, you're going to be able to, if conferences go to conference only scheduling, I understand maybe why Utah would rather join the Big 12, because then they can keep the battle for the Holy War for the BYU Utah game. So I understand that. I think any conference would be lucky to have Utah football, though.
Well, and again, I think it would be too. I mean, that's a rising.
That's a huge addition for the Big 12.
That's a good program.
My goodness.
And currently doing well. And that's another thing is, it's kind of interesting how things are just, the realignment is based on, like, what have you done for me lately? Because when you think of Stanford and Cal, I don't know if I could name a Stanford and Cal player in the last 5 years. They've both struggled, but they've had their success, in the last 10 or 15 years, each of them. But they just look like less of a get right now. So it's kind of interesting. Utah kind of on the other side of that. And they've been a pretty steady program under Kyle Whittingham, Urban Meyer before that. So I'm not saying that they've just, they came out of nowhere the last couple of years, but I mean, they've been winning the Pac-12, or in competition to win the Pac-12 the last couple of years. So that is interesting that on the field success, Utah is kind of left in the middle of this.
I could only name probably like 3 guys from Stanford. And 2 of them are quarterbacks, Davis Mills and Tanner McKee.
Nice.
And then running back Bryce Love.
Yeah.
That's the only 3 I could probably name in the last like 6-7 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but there was a time with the Christian McCaffreys, with the Bryce Loves, with the Andrew Lucks. I mean, they were under David Shaw, under Harbaugh there for a minute. Top 10 team year in and year out. If the realignment had taken place then, they might be more of an asset. And by the way, they still are, as far as like sport, like all sports. Like I believe in the all sports championships, Stanford is year in and year out, right up there, if not the winner. But again, this is about football. This is about football money, and it's crazy because when you think about it too, Nebraska again got way out ahead of this, doing this in 2010, and that's why it's interesting to kind of ask Nebraska fans about this, because what's happening now is already what happened in Nebraska. Everybody across the country is frustrated because regional rivalries and tradition is being thrown out the window for TV money, and whatever it can be done really just to make more money. And Nebraska got out ahead of this, and so it's kind of like one of those things where you have to kind of ask yourselves, are you happy now? Are you okay with what's happened? Because that's what a lot of these schools are kind of going to go through. You're going to have to kind of make new rivalries. It's not going to be quite the same. And then, I think if you truly ask Nebraska fans if they like the Big Ten, if they've adjusted to it, or they would like the old Big 12, not the current Big 12, because if you ask that, obviously then you start to get in the money and the stability of the conference and all that. But I think most fans still would love the old Big 12. And so I understand there's a lot of moving parts here, and college football is never going to look like it did before. And so it's very frustrating. And I do think that there is going to be, for traditionalists, for people, just grew up with college football in the way that they were able to look at it, they're always going to miss it. But this new age, I will say this, and I, me, I'm not a big fan of the college football playoff expanding. I do think it will be fun. I mean, I think all of this in the end will be fun. There will just be a few schools left out of the fun, and luckily for Nebraska, they're not going to be one of those schools.
It's just a roller coaster of a couple of days. I mean, just trying to keep up with everything that's moving and trying to figure out, all right, does Oregon and Washington want to join the Big Ten? Do they want to stay in the Pac-12? Because you also have to look at it this way, Buck. If Oregon and Washington do choose to stay in the Pac-12, they are going to have such favorable conditions because the Pac-12 is looking at it, and George Kliavkoff is looking at Oregon more specifically than Washington. Washington has bigger budget issues that they need resolved, so that's why Washington is probably a little more desperate than Oregon is to join the Big Ten. But I think when you look at, I mean, the way that the Pac-12 would respond if Oregon did choose to stay, they would be the Ohio State of the Pac-12. And they probably already are in a way, but just they are still the reason that, I mean, this whole entire thing is real contingent on Oregon right now, because Oregon was the one that just stopped the meeting. Oregon also wants to join the Big Ten. They're such in limbo right now to where they're going back and forth on what's best for us long-term stability. It's probably the Big Ten. But also, there's a lot of things that go into play with changing conferences. And does Oregon want to be that university that kills the Pac-12? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you though. I mean, if you get the offer from, you're right now looking at how much longer does the Pac-12 really survive, even if you keep Oregon and Washington? I mean, because the death blow was the Los Angeles teams, and the Pac-12 is never going to be viewed the same without them. So if you get a chance to join a big, I mean, it's not like they're getting a Big 12 offer, which a Big 12 offer is nice. And it would be, it's like, okay, maybe you can, get a little bit more stability. But again, in my mind, how long until these TV contracts run up? We know the ACC's is up till 2036. But how safe are these? Well, quite frankly, the Big 12 and the ACC going to be in the next round of realignment? Because this is only the thing is, again, this is going to keep stacking on top of each other. From 1 year, in 1 year, $30 million for a Big Ten team compared to Florida State. That's what they're complaining about. Compared to Florida State, might not be the biggest deal in the world, but 10 years down the line, $300 million. That's quite a big a difference.
Yeah.
And so it's all going to continue to stack on each other.
Well, and also just like right now, I think a big piece of it is that there's no penalty to leave the Pac-12. If they do sign a media rights deal, there's going to be a penalty if they want to leave in 3 years. They have to. And that's why I think that Oregon's just got to do it now. Do it now because there's no exit fee like the ACC where there's that $250 million price tag to leave. There's no exit fee in the Pac-12 right now. You don't have to pay anything. If that offer is taking, you got to take it because you don't want to look back in 2 years and go, well, we should have left when we could have for free, but now here we have to pay a couple $100 million.
And if you're the Big Ten, by the way, again, I'd avoid Stanford and Cal, which it looks like they're doing. They didn't go after UCLA and USC, if you remember. They were approached by UCLA and USC. Same kind of thing these last couple days with Oregon and Washington, where the Big Ten was finding like, we'll look at it if it makes sense for us, but they didn't necessarily go and poach Oregon and Washington. So it's kind of interesting to see how this plays out. Also, VJ will be in studio today. He's out at practice. BTN guys also out at practice. If you look forward to their annual visit every year. I think they have their BTN show at 3 o'clock. You can check that out later, see what they think for the Huskers. But VJ, we can see what he thinks when he gets in studio. Should be in the next couple segments. Otherwise, we'll continue talking conference realignment, college football, and just kind of get your view. I want you guys to be part of the show too of all this. So we'll do that coming up next year on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Nusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornersker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with the fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. And on behalf of the entire 93.7 The Ticket team, we are excited to announce this fall we are teaming up with Husker Extra for the Big Red Brunch. We'll have big names from now and the past from Husker sports, and that all starts on Wednesday, August 9th for the Big Red Brunch Golf Scramble at Tiburon Golf Club in Gretna. Sign up to play today at omaha.com and find the Big Red Brunch tab. You won't want to miss this on August 9th at Tiburon in Gretna.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Join the judgment-free zone today. Deal ends Thursday, August 10th.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So Matt Davis in the studio, president of the 1890 Initiative, Nebraska's NIL operation.
We have some big things that we're going to announce, I think, in the next few weeks, few months for sure. So I think 1890 and the trajectory for our company is really good. I think we have the ability to have a top 5 collective in the country. I think we're trending that way.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and the ticketfm.com.
On the Kicked on 93.7 The Ticket. Once again, waiting for Vershawn Jackson's arrival from practice, so that will be kind of fun. Terrell is out today. Vershawn's going to take a little bit of time off, and Terrell said, "You know what? I better take a day off than myself, just to kind of refocus and reset here." Again, we were talking about the ever-changing ebb and flow of the conference realignment, or the Pac-12's meetings appear to, it was kind of back and forth from last night. It looked like the Pac-12 was going to disintegrate overnight. There was hope that they might sign a land of grants deal and get that Apple deal underway. And now this morning they didn't get that done. So it's like you're just kind of waiting to see if Oregon or Arizona make the move. Do you think Arizona might be a death blow as well if they go to the Big 12? The Pac, obviously Oregon is.
Well, I think whatever combination of two schools is. You can have a conference with 8 schools. You can't have a conference with 6 or 7.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that they would still be interested in adding like San Diego State, the Boise States, the world, stuff like that.
Maybe, but like once again at that point, so this was what's interesting. I read yesterday with like San Diego State, for example, they were about to pay. They were going to join the Pac-12, and they were going to have to pay $17 million to leave the Mountain West right now. Well, now with them staying in the Mountain West, they might just get the Pac-12 schools to come to them.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where it's interesting. I think rather than, I mean, this would be a question if Oregon, Washington, Arizona, and ASU all leave the Pac-12, who's in a better spot? The Pac-12 or the Mountain West? I don't know who's in a better spot.
Yeah, because the rumors over from there have been kind of UNLV, San Diego State, Boise State. Maybe you could rattle up enough of them, but I mean, I don't know if they've prepared for this big of a hit again. You could be left, whenever this ends, and it seems like it will probably be done. A lot of the idea was to be done by the end of this week, but it could be done at least, at any time here. But in the next couple of days, you could be left with Cal, Washington State, Oregon State, Utah, and Stanford. So that could be a little bit troublesome. All right, we do have the captain in studio now. For now, I'll fix that camera so you can see him. We'll get a better view of him here in a minute. But welcome aboard. Where have you been? I think the people. I give a little tease, so it's not going to surprise.
Is this thing on? Is this on?
It is on there. Hey, actually, I see your credential.
Is this thing on? Dang it. Take this thing off. Telling everybody everything, man. Get this off. I hate wearing credentials. I'm telling you, I hate it.
Big fan of it?
No. They just, because when you're walking, the air gets under, it starts twisting around your neck. It's just too much. Too much going on here. Yeah, I was at practice.
That's right.
We talking about practice. Y'all see his big old Kool-Aid green?
Yeah, you gotta look at that
one. Yeah. What's wrong with this one?
Oh, I can get that set up here in a second.
Okay. So anyway, I went to practice. And I don't know, are we in the second segment? What are we in?
Yeah, this is the second segment.
Or how far in? Because I don't want to mess this thing. Start out once.
We got about 4 or 5 minutes to go.
Oh, you want me to do a teaser?
Yeah, a little teaser.
Fleets was at practice.
Hey, there you go.
What are you guys talking about?
Did he look in good shape?
Fleet getting in better shape. Fleets got sent home. First guy I see out there getting jiggy with it was Fleeks. I was like, oh, he sure is in Virginia. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Where'd y'all get that information from anyway? Where'd that come from? Fleeks was going to be. Yeah, well, he might have been. He might, but, he might have just got sent home like wherever he lives in Lincoln. And we took that for he got sent home back to Virginia. I think we took it out of context.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Coach
I don't think he said he went back to Virginia.
They said they sent him home. Yeah,
sending him home. Yeah. Man. You go home and think about what you just did to this team.
Yeah.
Not go back to Virginia and forget about it. Anyway, A lot of surprises, man. A lot of you might be right. Nate Voica, how you say his last name?
Borkacher.
Say it again.
Nate Borkacher.
Boykacher. Boykacher is right there in the thick of things. I think Thomas Fedoni. You gotta look out for him. If Thomas Fedoni stays healthy, he's gonna be able to help the football team. I like what I saw at Gilbert. You got to have some of those other tight ends, those younger tight ends, step up. I do like what I saw, and just I can't give all the secrets. Okay,
right?
Okay, guys, did you hook me up with the deals? All this?
Not yet. Well, let's do it in the next segment. Here.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a lot. Okay, I'm gonna give you what I can. Betts is a monster. Look for Betts. IGC. I know they're waiting on Washington to get back. I think he'll contribute big time to the offense. The offensive line looked a little bit more aggressive. You had stations going, you had liveliness, you had pads. Even though they were in half pads, pads were still popping. Pads were still popping. And I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid, but I think we are headed in the right direction. Once you can build and get 3-4 years of strength and conditioning under your belt, get 3 or 4 years of these guys knowing the playbook under their belt, I think we might be able to make some noise. It's not going to be built overnight, right? It's not going to be built overnight. I'm not 6-6, but it's not going to be built overnight. I think we got work that we got to continue to do. We got to continue to get bigger, stronger, faster, understand how to play football aggressively, 11-man running to the ball on defense, on offense, making sure you take care of your responsibility, winning the war, winning the battle that's within the war, right? The individual battles. But I was excited. It's been a long time since I've been this excited about Nebraska football, seeing what it can do, seeing the potential, seeing those guys back. The guys are excited, right? They are, as I've seen excitement, but I'm saying the guys are excited about each other. You know what I'm saying? Lifting each other up, let's go, that type deal. Anthony Grant's the guy. That's all I know. You can just tell. You can tell whatever he's been doing, he's been handling his business. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Anthony Grant was the guy last year. You know what I'm saying? I think Anthony Grant's gonna have an opportunity to go over 1,000 yards this year. I like what I see in the offense. It'll be an up tempo, hit you in the mouth. When it's time to run, we'll run. When it's time to pass, we'll pass. And when it's time to scramble, we'll scramble. But we'll open it up to questions, and if I can answer your questions, I'll do that. But it was exciting to see that. It really was.
Yeah,
Tommy Hill.
Oh, there you go.
I like Tommy Hill. I like those big boys.
What do you think Tommy Hill's going to be playing this year? Corner? Safety? Corner.
Yeah. I think Miles Farmer, although it's still going to sting, right? Miles Farmer is still an elite athlete. And it's going to sting wherever he lands. More power to him, but it's going to sting losing him.
Yeah. Hopefully they've got enough bodies to kind of work it out back there.
I got some freshman alerts.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we got a little bit more from Vershawn, who was checking out Nebraska practice today. Coming up next year on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
You is best. Regard you can pay balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today. Located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline, 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see some morning fog and well, the chance of some showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies expected this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 83. Tonight, chance of showers from the late, otherwise partly cloudy and a low of around 70. And tomorrow, another chance of showers from the afternoon, otherwise partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Short over here in this rafter.
That's where Raph sits.
Is this a rafter seat?
Yep.
I mean, it feels like the chair is like crying, talking about don't let Raph sit on me anymore. No, but I thought it was exciting. I thought guys were flying around. I thought practice was up tempo. It was good. We're taking your questions, man. What's your questions? 402-464-5685. You didn't text me. You didn't get me into the groove line. What's going on? Here. I need the groove line.
Okay.
I need my text line so I can get my people here. I tell you somebody that I was like shocked. Jalen Lloyd. Jalen Lloyd's got a chance. Malachi Coleman, I like Malachi. But Jalen Lloyd's got a chance. He really does. I think I was shocked. I was like, who is that little 22? Looks like a little running back. Catches the ball, and it's after the catch for me. Right? It's the catch, but it's after the catch for me. You can bet on Betts. I think Betts is poised to have a pretty doggone good year. IGC showed some great flashes on why he started and had that big game, the first game against Northwestern. How he faded to obscurity is still beyond me. But I'm glad to have him back into the fold, into the thick of things. Running backs, I think you gotta look at Anthony Grant and give him the nod just based on what he's done, and he just looks the part. I mean, He looks like he can still not only go for 1,000, but if you give it to him enough, he might go for more than that. Gabe Irvin looking faster and sleeker than ever. I think Ramir Johnson will be a force to be reckoned with. There's some guys in the room, fullback wise. What's his name? Did you figure out his name?
Baron Leibentreit.
Yeah, man.
Transfer from Notre Dame.
Let's call him Lieben Truck. Number 37, Lieben Truck. Dude, to have a fullback to go with a tailback, it's just I back you all over again. And when you see an I formation and us run downhill, I would imagine we're going to get a standing ovation.
Yeah, I mean, the return of the fullback is going to be very welcome, a welcoming experience there. And he got some press time yesterday. So, I mean, it looks like he's probably taking the lead at that. I know they've got some other guys. Trevor Ruth was kind of a big deal when he was signed, of course, as a walk-on. Janarian Bonners listed as a fullback. Kind of thin.
H-back, fullback. He can do it all.
That's interesting. I'm kind of interested in watching him develop and see what he does, because they did use him quite a bit in the spring game, and he's kind of, like you said, kind of more of an H-back and can move around. But he's 220, which big would be big for a running back, not necessarily big for a fullback.
Well, I mean, 220 is plenty big to be able to get it done, especially in the climate where they ain't using them.
Yeah,
everybody's going smaller. Everybody's trying to get to faster linebackers and faster safeties and faster corners and stuff like that. So it's not a speed is of the essence. Everybody wants to go fast. So 220 is not like you're going against the old school linebackers that are 245, 255. Now, I would imagine you will, but not per capita. Do we have a linebacker that's 255? That's not a freshman.
Let me see.
I don't think so.
255 is pretty heavy. Yeah,
255. That's not a freshman. 245.
I think 245. We've got a few linebackers.
Who?
Jamari Butler, Chief Borders, both at 245.
Okay, Jamari Butler's and Chief Borders to me are outside linebackers / DNs. But
yeah,
I mean, I get it. Right. When I say 245, 250, I'm talking about playing Mike Backer, 6 foot, dog, looking for all the smoke. And want all the contact. That guy,
like Carlos Polk. What is his playing weight?
About 6'2", 245. There you go, Carlos Polk type.
Yeah.
And if you didn't come in there with you like you was packing the lunch, you were gonna get hit in the mouth, and then he was gonna talk about you, and then he was gonna bark on you.
He was a fun player.
Oh, he's gonna bark on you. He was gonna on military crawl.
Oh yeah.
And he was gonna start barking. That's what he did.
With those big shoulder pads and neck roll.
Oh man,
old school linebackers.
Yeah,
love
man,
them.
just a Neanderthal. He was. I'm telling you, I love Carlos Polk. I seen Jay Gates there. Jay Gates is he's official now, so he's standing around just acting like he's busy, watching this, that, and the third. So he didn't see me coming, and I run across the field, and Jay played corner, right? So I dealt with Jay a lot. In practice, in scrimmages, you know what I mean? If he was on scout team or whatever the case may be. Well, I probably cut Jay Gates in practice 10 times a day. Literally. Like cut him all the way down 10 times a day. So I see him and I run all the way across the field and I just go right past his legs just to remind him. You remember that? You think you want to eat some dirt again? You want to eat some grass? So, but shout out to Jay Gates, Big Ten official. He's up in the play booth. So I know he's a guest on our shows, on AD, on mine as well. So it was good to see him down there. Doak Ostergaard, it was good to see him down there. I think he's going to be kind of heading up a player relation type deal. You got me going. Yeah. Terrell Farley is, they got him down in the pit. Working, painting railings. Well, since he didn't show up, he said he had to work.
Oh, that's what he did?
I guess. What did he tell you? Exactly. That's my point. No, I'm just playing. He's got work stuff going on. So, we try to cover each other's behinds when we can. If you're sensing my hesitations, because Bach is trying to set me up on this text line, because I'm quite sure we got a bunch of texts from a bunch of questions. If I can answer the question about spring ball, camp, I will. I won't give any trade secrets or anything like that, but I will tell you what I think, and if the guy is somebody that I thought moved around good today. So hit us up, 402-464-5685. It just makes good sense to do that. Let's see. Thunder Knot Collins, we'll start with you. How the O and D lines look? I thought we looked decent. It's kind of hard to tell when you, from an offensive line, defensive line standpoint, when you're in half pads, because everything's up, right? Nothing's going down to the ground. And in that situation, the guy who's stronger up top usually wins. Because you can't cut a guy. You might not double a guy down to the ground. You're just not going to go hard. But I thought we moved around better than when I saw us move. I thought we played as a unit better than I saw us do. And that in itself are two pieces to that puzzle that have to be fixed. I didn't see a ton of guys busting. I mean, now that I think about it, I didn't see a lot of jumping off sides. The discipline stuff, I think we're starting to get that stuff under control.
Well, that'd be huge. I mean, I still think going into this year, that's your biggest focus and your biggest concern, I guess, because of the league you're playing in and because of the problems that it's presented in the past. That's going to be a big undertaking. And again, the decision to retain Dylan or Donovan Raiola, the only one to be retained, outside like Ron Brown and some sports staff guys, but as far as full-time assistants, it hopefully will allow some continuity. Hopefully will allow you see kind of those big jumps in year two. Then the addition of that is the new personnel, Ben Scott and then Norton Newelly back.
I like Ben Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a guy that is going to play center for Nebraska, could play tackle, but his future at the NFL. I mean, this is an NFL move, so I got to imagine he's focused.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think the offensive line and Coach Raiola, he's calling them to be great. I mean, he's on them. You got to step right, you got to do the right things, and I just think they're playing as a unit. We haven't seen that. It seemed like we had on our offensive line individuals, right? Everybody was busting on an individual level. Now I think scheme wise, it's more of a unit blocking, right? Double combos blocks, different things like that, zone blocking. Even man-to-man block, but where you chip and get up. You know what I'm saying? So I thought the offensive line, defensive line, both ways look good. Ty Robinson is going to be a monster. What's his Nash Hushmonster?
Yep.
How you say it? Hushmonster?
Hushmacher, yeah.
Hushmacher?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Testbacher? Who's that on? Who's Miss Testbacher?
I don't know that one.
Do you know who Miss Testbacher is?
Miss Testbacher?
Yeah.
No.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
You ain't old enough to know that. Who knows? Let me tell you, listen. This is how you know people are old. Who knows who Miss Testbacher is and what movie it's off of? Hit us up, 402-464-5685. All right, so Scooter from Roca says, that's a nice lawnmower. What kind of music was playing at practice? Nothing.
No music at practice.
Nil.
Oh, interesting.
Zilcho. You would say that. Yes, 0941, the smartest man in the captain's country, says Lex Luthor's helper in the Superman with Christopher Reeves before he broke his neck. Miss Testbacher! It's one of my favorite movies, by the way. It was not Porky's. Stop it. Have you ever seen Porky's?
No, I don't think so.
Dude.
I've heard of that one, though.
No, think about that. Porky's. Think of the name, Porky's.
Yeah.
Right? Porky's, way back then, probably shouldn't have been played.
What is that, early 80s?
Yeah, you might want to see that.
Yeah.
Porky's. It's crazy. Maybe as a grown man, I can go back and watch it. Nalabu says, glad to see the captain made it into town today. Appreciate that, Nala. Big Bird. Are they actually tackling at practice? Well, not today because they're in half pads.
When will they go to full pads, you think?
I'd imagine whenever the first scrimmage is. I don't know if it's tomorrow or what, but and I don't know if they might have already been in full pass. I haven't really had a chance to go just because we got so much stuff going on. But I'm going on vacation for the next 10 to 14 days.
That's right.
So I will get plenty of time when I come back at the very latest on the 21st, at the very earliest the 16th or 17th for Terrell's birthday.
That's right.
I should know a lot. And I'm still not drinking the Kool-Aid. It's the Captain on the ticket, 93.7. Be right back.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline. 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
On the block with Strick and Austin.
Donnie Nelson kind of was doing a little, backyard boogieing with
Mark, on the side
with Mark Cuban in the back rooms. Moves are being done and things are happening to which you don't really know about. That seems to me what happened in this situation. Things were going on, conversations was being had at the highest levels, and you're not in on the party.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see some morning fog as well as a chance of some showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies expected this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 83. Tonight, chance of showers from the late, otherwise partly cloudy on the low of around 70. And tomorrow, another chance of showers from the afternoon, otherwise partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Piper for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at Detroit. Look at Detroit. And the captain.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Is this thing on?
It's on.
It doesn't look like it's on.
It sounds like it's on.
Yeah. The Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket, powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brand.
Excavating.
It sounds much better without Terrell. I'm just kidding, really. I know you're listening. Pecan Pie says this. I got to go through the whole Pecan Pie. The old captain is a media man this season. No, sir. Carlos Pope was foaming at the mouth. Yes, sir. Porky's. That's a top 25 80s movie, VJ. Porky's changed my life.
Did it really?
Yes.
How did it change?
For all little young boys at the time that was able to watch TV, and they were able to sneak and watch Porky's. You didn't just get to watch Porky's, sir. Come on, Pecan Pie. Was Dad sitting in the living room with you watching Porky's? But Bach's looking Porky's up right now.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
It's you got to watch it.
There's no like stars in that, is there? As far as like
Porky's was good.
household names,
huh?
I was just looking at the people that like were in it. I was expecting maybe somebody I would recognize.
I mean, I'm telling you, it was Porky's. All the Porky's was good. You look forward to watching Porky's when you were young. When you were a youngster.
Yeah. How about Porky's Revenge or Porky's the Next Day? You like those?
I like the first Porky's.
Yeah.
How about Pee Wee Herman? Check out of there.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That was always a great movie.
Oh, dang. Thunder Night Collins says, Porky's is a great movie. I'm going to start calling Bach Pee-wee now.
I like Pee Wee Herman. But that's from Porky's. I don't know. I'd have to get the reference.
Yeah.
Because that's the main character, I see.
You might want to check on that Pee-wee.
Mm-hmm. I'll be Pee Wee Herman instead.
Porky's Ball Breakers. Yeah, you gotta understand it. Let's keep going. Let's get a nickname, Big Nasty, going for Hutchmaster. Hutchmaster.
Hutmacher is, I think it's how you say it, actually.
Hutmaker. Hut Monster. What could you? That'd be. I don't know what you could give him.
He's already. Isn't he? Is it like the polar bear? I think he had that as his nickname.
I think so. You know more than me about the little nuances.
Yeah, nicknames. I don't know.
You mean some of you guys ain't got no questions? I'm not gonna give it to you. That's for sure. I'm not gonna just come back and report back. I might be giving too many secrets.
By the way, a cool nickname. Looking out for that Minnesota game, Ethan Kaliakmanis' nickname, Greek Rifle.
Really?
You gotta go against the Greek Rifle. Yeah.
There you go. Boiler Ball Bricker. Yeah, I think that was in Porky's. Huts Monster. I like that downtown Scott. Huts Monster. Hurt Monster. Not Hut. Hurt Monster. Bone says, heads up for Husker fans. The day-by-day documentary is going to be playing at the Marcus Theaters next week. I think Coach Rule should take the whole dang team there to see it. Guaranteed to come out with a whole new mind set. What do you think, Captain? I agree. They need to see it. Kids don't know who kids. They don't know. They don't do a good job of telling these youngsters who guys were, who they represent, right? Who came before them. I mean, I would imagine if I said, so I walk into the university, and I walk into the university, so I go to get my credential, and it says Rashawn Jackson, tight end 93 to 97, right? Bam.
Oh yeah. Was this a Players' Day?
No.
Well,
So
it's
then
kind of weird that they have it listed that way.
What?
Well, just that they have you like. Well, I mean, not weird.
Well,
It's
so
good,
you
like
know
it's
who
like
you are,
Yeah.
what era you play
Yeah.
from. That's my era.
Yeah.
So there's no jokes. So then somebody said to me, one of the young ladies, she was like, "Oh, I don't think they knew you. They got to change that on your deal because you didn't play tight end." I'm like, "Oh, you trying to be funny, huh?" Yeah, I lost a lot of weight and I shrank a few inches. I'm sorry.
That really happened?
Yes. She's like, "Well, they said you played a different." I was like, "No." And she was like, "Yeah, Keith." And I'm like, Nah. He must have been talking about somebody else. He couldn't have been talking about me.
So they made a mistake with somebody.
Yeah, I think they just got us mixed
Yeah.
up. Yeah. And they thought that
They looked at you like, that's not
I
tight
thought I
end.
was a linebacker or somebody, a running
Yeah.
back. But listen, tight end was not it. When she see me, she looked like, "You're not a tight end. You're an imposter." And I'm like, "Really? Tight ends couldn't be short? You never saw a 6-foot tight end wearing 34 before?" Probably not.
Not too much.
Yeah, no, probably.
By the way, how about last night's Hall of Fame induction? There was 4 guys under 6 foot that made it.
Who?
Rondé Barber, Darrelle Revis, Zach Thomas at linebacker under 6 foot, and Ken Riley.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
So you telling me Roger Craig didn't make it in again?
No, Roger Craig didn't make it in again.
Wait, read those off again. I gotta take my headphones off for this one.
These are guys under 6 foot that made. I can read the whole list.
Yeah, go figure. But read them off.
Rondé Barber, Darrelle Revis Island, Zach Thomas, and Ken Riley. DeMarcus Ware also got in. Joe Thomas. There's a few other guys.
Which one of those guys are better than Roger Craig?
Well, you could make a case for a lot of them, but I mean,
Give me
you could
one.
make a case for Roger Craig too.
Give me one that's better than Roger Craig on that list.
I would say Darrelle Revis is one of the best corners of all time. Yeah, Revis Island.
Is Revis better than Deion?
Probably not Deion, but I mean, he's got to be right up there as far as all-time best corners in the NFL. I'd say Darrelle Revis in his peak.
Who did Revis play for?
The Jets.
His whole career?
The better part of his career. He
winning
with a few teams
championships
at the end. No, he had.
Now, how in the world
Mark
do you
Sanchez.
put him in the Hall of Fame? This man ain't won nothing. Y'all don't get this, man. I don't get it. Roger Craig, read the list again. You tell me how many of you guys, how many people on this list is Roger Craig better than? What you gotta see.
Let me get the full list because I didn't write down everybody. I'll include the other names here in a second. So Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Joe Thomas, Darrelle Revis, Rondé Barber, Ken Riley, and there's a few other
Rondé Barber?
Yeah, that one's
Revis, Rondé Barber. Those are your 2 starting corners in the Super Bowl against Terrell Owens. And which Terrell Owens team you want? You want the Cowboys? Could you imagine these guys against the San Francisco Jerry Rice, Clark, and my man? Come on, dog.
So Chuck Howley also made it in Joe
Chuck
Clark.
Haley?
Yeah, Chuck Howley, I think.
Is it the coach?
No, it's like a linebacker, I believe, for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's Haley.
And Joe.
Maybe it is
Klecko.
Howley.
Yeah, this is like
what year is it?
This is back in the. Let me look up Chuck.
If that's in the 70s, it's Howley. You're right. 70s?
Yeah, I think it's the 70s. Linebacker for the Cowboys and Bears.
Okay, I'm not gonna bash the defense. But Revis and who's the other guy? The twin? What's his name?
Yeah, Rondé Barber.
Stop it. Better than Roger Craig?
I'm telling you, you're sleeping on Darrelle Revis.
Bro, forget Revis. I'll give you Revis. I'll gladly give you Revis.
Yeah.
Rondé Barber?
Rondé Barber, maybe not.
Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Who else you got?
Zach Thomas. I'm glad to see Zach Thomas finally make it.
Bruh. I love Zach Thomas, but I'm still taking Roger Craig before Zach Thomas.
Yeah. 7-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first team. Let's look at Roger Craig.
And who did he play for? The Dolphins?
Yep.
What did he win?
If it's all about winning,
it is.
Roger Craig's gonna.
It's not all about winning. It's not. but winning's got to be a part of that decision.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not here to say Roger Craig doesn't deserve to be in. I think he does. I'm just saying some of these other guys deserve it as well. Roger Craig was a 4-time Pro Bowler. That usually is when once you kind of hit 5, 6, you're gonna get in. When you're at like 4, that's when you're kind of.
How many championships does Roger Craig have?
I believe 3. Is that right?
I mean, who was the first back to rush for 1,000 and receive for 1,000?
Roger Craig.
And you telling me that these bums that you just named off, these bums are better than Roger Craig? They are. They're bums for me in comparison to Roger Craig. So read the list off again. I'm gonna bore you with this list.
Zach Thomas, and maybe I can just get their credentials here in a second so we can.
Okay,
really
Zach Thomas, go. I already know what it is. Zach
DeMarcus
Thomas.
Ware.
Okay, give me DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah.
Detroit Lion DeMarcus Ware?
No, he played for the
the defensive end.
Yeah, he played for the Broncos, won a championship there, and played for the Cowboys a lot of his career.
Oh yeah, he was pretty good, but he's not
9-time Pro Bowler, 2-time sacks leader.
Yeah,
Super Bowl champ.
I can't take anything away from the defenders, but do I take a DeMarcus Ware before Roger Craig? No, I'm going Roger Craig.
Joe Thomas, the offensive lineman.
What year did he play? 88.
He played.
89?
Unfortunately, talk about a guy that didn't get a win. He played for the Browns for the longest time. Let's see, his career was 2007 to 17. 10-time Pro Bowler.
Do you actually? And they did what? How many conference did they win or divisions did they
even
win?
Games? I mean, the Browns were bad the whole time.
Come on, dog. Come on. Better than Roger Craig. And you ain't named one person yet. Go ahead.
Rondé Barber.
Nope.
I'll look at his credentials real quick. Rondé Barber was a 5-time Pro Bowler. Interceptions leader in 2001. Also was a Super Bowl champion once.
Is who did the corner Darrell Reeves? Is he even in the top 10 all time in corner?
I would
in
say
the NFL.
So. I would
in the NFL.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Ken Riley was kind of an old school name here. One of the all-time interception leaders in the NFL,
in the 60s.
The Bengals. Yeah, he played from 69 to 83. Only I don't know how much they did like Pro Bowls back then. He was first team All-Pro once, second team All-Pro twice.
Any championships?
No.
Go ahead.
Let's see what were the other names. Chuck Howley, like we mentioned, he was a 5-time or 6-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first team Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP. I think he was the only one to win the Super Bowl MVP as a losing player.
Yeah, that might have been when he I think he intercepted a ball or something. He ran one back. Something happened in that game. I vaguely remember, but I remember. But yeah, over Roger Craig. No.
But those, so like Ken Riley and Chuck Howley are guys that had to wait, like Roger Craig. They're, I think for even in their inductions, I don't remember which ones were which, but some of the guys had like their sons. One guy couldn't make it probably because of his age. One guy, had already passed away. So there's that as well. Yeah, that's everybody.
Clantonio John said, "What's cool with Rodney? He had 25 plus sacks as a DB."
Yeah. He was an all-around player.
Rodney who?
Rondé Barber.
Oh. All right, yeah. He ain't better than Roger Craig. 5765 says this. Joe Thomas played over 10,000 consecutive snaps at offensive tackle. Basically 10 years without missing a snap. Wow. That's a lot of plays, man. 10,000?
So this is just one list off. Yeah, it was. I mean, he was consistent and a really good player, just on a terrible organization. This list and they're you go through different lists, but just to show you, I'm not just making stuff up with Darrelle Revis. They did top 10 all time. They have Dion 1, Rod Woodson 2, Darrelle Revis 3.
How many?
Pointspires.com.
Really?
Gil Brandt. Let's see where he's got him at. Yeah, he listed off like top 25.
Where's Revis?
Oh, let me look here.
What number?
Going up to the top. It's got Richard Sherman, number 9. Aeneas Williams, number 6. Charles Woodson, he's got number 4.
I like Aeneas.
He's got Dion at 1. Rod Woodson at 2. He doesn't like Darrelle Revis as much.
He didn't even make the cut.
I'll see where
he didn't even make the cut.
Might be
so if he don't make the cut on
omission.
the next one, he's out.
Darrelle Revis, he has at 16. I wonder when this list was made. This is in the middle of his career or something. I don't know. Still, I mean, regardless of where you would have him.
I would agree with that. Dale Carter. Oh, my
Well,
God. Are you kidding me? Dale Carter? Stop it. Lester Hayes and Albert Lewis were better corners than Revis. Dale Carter would have make Revis off that left corner. Yeah, listen, Dale Carter, you telling me that you think Revis is better than Dale Carter?
Revis has a NFL record for most pass breakups in a year.
Who's he play for again?
The Jets. He was
so how many times was teams just throwing the ball around a yard against them?
Not all that often. You remember Mark
me.
Sanchez was their quarterback. The defense had to carry them to a couple AFC championship games, I believe.
I got you. I don't think so. Clantonio John says, absolutely ridiculous that Roger Craig is not in the Hall of Fame. He said most people would not recognize this team. Name this movie. I don't know. Kiss? What movie is this from? That baseball?
I can't tell.
You gotta come a little easier, Clantonio John. It's Friday, man. I'm been at practice. I'm drained. Like it feels like I actually practiced. I ain't do anything but watch. I ain't say anything. Just watched. In excitement. Roger was the first to have 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, not passing, and one of the first guys for 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. Look at Roger's stats. Check Roger's stats out. You got it?
Yeah, I don't think individual like that Super Bowl thing's nice. I don't think that necessarily gets you into the Hall of Fame. It's his totality of his career that does it for me. He did have 1,000 yards receiving in 1985. He was obviously won the Super Bowl in 84, 88, and 89. Led the league in receptions actually when he had that 1,000 yards with 92. Led the league in total yards in 1988. That was the year that I believe is the Offensive Player of the Year. 1988, first team All-Pro that year as well. Second team All-Pro 1985. Again, 4 Pro Bowls altogether. And if you look at his total yards, again, it's what you have to do for Roger Craig, because if you just look at his rushing yards, he's only had 3,000 yard seasons. But if you look at his total yards, he put up looks like 7 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, including 2 2,000-yard seasons in there.
And you telling me he's not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
What's
the bearer of bad news? He's not in the Hall of Fame.
What's not Revis, but did you tell me what Barber's stats were?
Oh yeah, I can look at that.
I'm just so disappointed at the people who say who's supposed to be. But you know what? It should be the former players. The players should have a say so in who gets, Hall of Fame status or not.
Yeah, that's a part of the problem with the people that are covering the game too, is and they always do. They go back and include some of the guys that didn't quite make it, but you get less and less of a chance the more time moves on, because less of the writers watched you play. But in any case, so Rondé Barber.
But we got film.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team, 2-time second team All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, 10 interceptions in 2001, which co-led the team. And again, as somebody was pointing out earlier, just kind of a do-it-all type of player. So his interceptions, he totaled 47 in his career. So
that's a lot.
That is a lot of interceptions, and 28 sacks, again, as a safety.
That's a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Rondé. I ain't gonna lie. I like his football style. I still think that Roger Craig came before him, and I think that he deserves his flowers before those guys. And I will always think that. I will always think that. I mean, when was the last time you watched a Roger Craig highlight? Right? Go back and watch one. Watch the eyes, dude. Come on, man. I'm saying, just go watch Roger Craig. He's the ultimate all-purpose back. One-hand catches. I remember Roger making one-hand catches, running people over, kneeing people in the face mask with them high knees. Let's go peep it out.
So I was trying to read into this. Apparently, I don't know when they're doing the next selection for the next year's Hall of Fame. But Roger Craig and Tom Coughlin and Mike Shanahan advanced to the next stage of consideration for Pro Football Hall of Fame. That was a week ago. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to be coming out.
Come on, man. You can't. Roger Craig was one of the great ones, man. Seriously. Look at him. and he had X button though, right? He had great vision, great power. He would block you. You could keep him in the pass game, but where he excelled at is you put him out at. It's like having another receiver, another Jerry Rice out from running back spot. So he made his money catching the ball out of the backfield, and I really and truly think that, man, he deserves it more than anybody that's been left off the ballot. Roger Craig, hopefully 2024 Hall of Fame. If not, we're gonna tear it up, Bob.
That's right.
We'll be right back. 93.7 Ticket to Count.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Donnie Nelson kind of was doing a little, backyard boogieing with Mark,
on the side
with Mark Cuban in the back. Moves are being done and things are happening to which you don't really know about. That seems to me what happened in this situation. Things were going on, conversations was being had at the highest levels, and you're not in on the party.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V
is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So Matt Davis in the studio, president of the 1890 Initiative, Nebraska's NIL operation.
We have some big things that we're going to announce, I think, in the next, few weeks, few months for sure. So I think 1890 and the trajectory for our company is really good. I think we have the ability to have a top 5 collective in the country. I think we're trending that way.
Early Break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
What are you doing, hon? I thought we were going to pick up our Powerball with Power Play and Double Play tickets.
Hold on, I have to sit through this video meeting for work.
Do they realize how big the Powerball jackpot is?
I know, but these blowhards keep rambling on.
I don't want to miss my chance to win millions of dollars.
Well, neither do I, but how do I get these win bags to speed it up?
Dave, you're not on mute.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Play Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see some morning fog and a chance of some showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies expected this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 83. Tonight, chance of showers from the late, otherwise partly cloudy, and a low of around 70. And tomorrow, another chance of showers from the afternoon, otherwise partly sunny skies, and a high of around 88. The meteorologist Kyle Piper for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Power on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Did we find out what year they played? Was that Miami undefeated Miami team? Yes. Was that the undefeated Miami team? Come on, don't play with the feet. Larry Csonka was giving that thing to Jerry Rice, man. He one hand catching all day long. You find it?
I'm trying to look for their who they beat. So in 82 they beat the Bengals, in 85 they beat the Dolphins, in 89 they beat the Bengals again.
Husker P says Hall of Famers should get to vote. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I think maybe they do, but I just don't know if it's other votes other than those guys. I just think that players, coaches should get the vote, not writers. That's to me. That's just to me. Roger Craig must have been blacklisted. What's blacklisted mean, Pac?
Oh, just like you're shunned. You're not going to be allowed.
Oh, he's not in the right buddy circle?
Could be.
Is that what it is? Is that what you're saying? Is that what they're saying? Blacklisted?
Let's see. A good way to describe it. If someone is blacklisted, they're seen as being one or a number of people who cannot be trusted or have done something wrong.
Yeah, done a great job. So now, is this? Wait a minute. What? Responding late because I listen to your podcast every day. Roll call. Doug, 78. Bye, Dan. I love your early break show. Politicizing it like you came dangerously close to doing this morning will ruin it for me. You have done a great job up until now of making it very clear that you don't want to politicize it. Please don't back away from that. Thanks. What'd they do? Did you listen to the shows, man? I listened to some of them. What'd they do? I know you responding late, 8706, but what are we talking about here, sir? What was the politicizing it that we did? Champ Bailey.
Yeah, that's one of all time.
Is he better than Revis?
That's a close one. I love Champ Bailey, and I'm biased there because I watched Champ
Is
Bailey.
he better than
growing up. I
Revis?
loved him. I wouldn't say probably not. Would it be
You
close?
said no?
Yeah, I wouldn't say probably.
Champ Bailey's pretty good.
Champ Bailey was really good.
Says Revis won Super Bowl with the Patriots. It's not hard to do.
It's not hard to do.
No, not with the Patriots.
Oh.
I was waiting for you to bring the Patriots up. Oh yeah, it just makes good sense because it is Good Sense Friday.
Oh, that's right.
We'll eat Terrell's up. We'll split his, huh?
Yeah, we can do that.
You guys see how thick Darrelle Revis was only a few years out from playing? Boy needs to lay off the barbecue. Mad respect though. Is he big?
He's not huge. He's got a bit of a belly.
What is he? About? What do you mean a belly? He's only 5'7".
Yeah, he's not very big. I mean, I think he's like 5'10". But
You mad? I'm talking about Revis.
I think you've got a little bit more disrespect for Darrelle Revis than I prefer. Yeah.
Big Slim says Rondé Barber is the man. Yeah, I don't think he's better than Roger Craig though. I just don't. Neil says just flipped on the show. I may have missed this, but was Marcus Washington suited up and was Betts running with the ones? Yes. Marcus Washington was suited up, but he had a cast on, so he didn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
And Xavier Betts was definitely running with the ones. Definitely.
They talked yesterday about a potential for basically a running back by committee, almost on a need basis. You think anybody can kind of separate in that battle, or do you think it's going? I mean, obviously they're going to separate and establish the roles within that committee, but you know those things can change from week to week based on the skill type and just kind of who's hot that day, who's been hot the last couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to the running back battle.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be one.
They said
I think it's going to
it would be.
I just think it's going to be a clear 1, 2, and 3.
Think so?
No, I'm not. I don't. But I'm saying I think so.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into it with a. I think all three of the top guys can play.
Yeah.
Aside from that, who's the number 4 guy?
Maybe Emmett Johnson. I don't know.
Number 21.
I believe so.
Oh yeah, he's number 21. I can't go off of their names anymore. I just go off jersey numbers. Number 21.
I don't know their jersey numbers.
It's
yet
20. It's
because
21. I like him
played,
too.
but-
He's smaller. I like him, but I think Anthony Grant gives you the best chance to win. I think Gabe Irvin is a every down back that can spell those guys. I think Ramir Johnson is a guy who can be in that pass game like a Roger Craig. You can get the ball to him early on swing passes, shuffle passes, and it is shuffle passes. I said shuffle.
Shuffle or shovel?
Shovel. You can do the shovel passes underneath with Ramir Johnson. So I think all three of those guys got a chance to play, and I think they will play.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I was looking at the other running backs here. Maybe a Quentin Ives could get in there. But yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the 4 guys that you'd expect to see. I think Grant, it depends on, different staffs see different things, but I mean, I think he's got to be the favorite. Gabe Irvin putting on weight. They talked about him kind of grinding you out in the fourth quarter. So that could be a guy that does get quite a bit of carries, and maybe the carries when it's kind of obvious what they're doing, grinding out the clock. So maybe use Grant early in the game and use Gabe Irvin late when you're trying to ice the game.
Oh, so that's what they said. They said Bill Bush wants to know who people voted for. And what's the name said, Biden. He wanted to know who was it.
Oh,
don't be politicizing sports. Sports are not political.
Who'd you vote for in the last election?
None of your business.
Oh, that's how it used to be. You didn't used to ask people that.
No. Now everybody's bold. It's like
Yeah.
asking a woman, how old are you?
Yeah.
Gabe Irvin gives me Henry vibes. I think he fits the Big Ten back bill best. I like so. He said, Notorious B.I.B. even. Said I voted for Snagglepuss even. Stage left. Stage left. Clantonia John. Chuck Foreman should be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm biased. 2049 says they asked who you voted for in the last presidential election. Now, who'd you vote for, Bach?
I didn't vote.
You're not supposed to say that on radio.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
No, I don't think so.
I'm an independent. I'll
You're
go say it.
You're not a good patriot if you didn't vote.
I didn't like my options.
You didn't?
I'll just say that.
He said, I'll stand on the sideline and cheer as the winners go by.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, you did. You just cheered. You don't have a political view either way, right? One way or the other.
Yeah, something like that.
You do have a political view.
I didn't like I'm independent, so I don't like the fact that I am narrowed.
You should have
down to two
independently
options.
voted.
I
Can
would
you
if I would have
vote
had
no for both of them.
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Oh, didn't work. Didn't work.
It
out.
didn't work for me. No, they still elected somebody.
Didn't it? Hold on a minute. Let's see. What that say? Who's that? Old Dad 34. Old Dad 34. Says VJ, I believe Roger Craig was the first ever all-purpose back and should be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely, he should. Roger 40 or 1000 says Roger was the first running back to run for 1,000 and receive for 1,000 this season. Again, there's no excuse. Roger Craig should be in the Hall. No excuse. You know what I didn't see though, and maybe I didn't stay long enough. I didn't see special teams. I would like to have seen special teams. I think they're going to be okay in special teams.
I hope so. That was until Bill Bush, showed up, and last year they got a little bit better. They were not there. It wasn't like they were average or they could get better here and there. They were terrible under Scott Frost in basically almost every area of special teams.
Let's see here. Gus Mohawk says this. I heard Malachi's practicing with the ones. Who are some of the best skill players to start as freshmen at Nebraska? Best skill players to start. Bobby Newcomb.
Amon Green.
Definitely Amon Green. I think you got to put Abdul Muhammad in there. He plays as a true freshman.
I think
skill players.
I think Nate Swift and Kenny Bell both had some pretty good freshman years.
Nah, not Nate Swift.
I think he did.
Really?
Yeah.
What, for both, or for you talking about though? For
he's with Callahan.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, Callahan. No,
it still counts if you played.
Realignment news. Breaking. We got our breaking news. We got to give it. You got to give the breaking news thing. I'll just do it because I can't find it. All right, y'all. We got breaking news.
What's up, boys?
It's about time we talk to the big man.
Here we go.
Nicky Nixter.
This comes from Brett McMurphy 2 minutes ago. Oregon and Washington are joining the Big Ten, becoming the latest schools to leave the Pac-12. The Big Ten is expected to move ahead with formal offer letters for Oregon and Washington. A Big Ten vote is expected to take place later today to formalize their admission, barring any last-minute snags.
Wow, they got all of the top Pac-12 schools. All of them.
And so this is my thought, guys. This instantly allows Arizona and Arizona State just say, all right, perfect.
We're gone.
You guys were the ones that did it first. We're now moving on.
Where do they go? Where do Arizona and Arizona State go?
Big 12.
Really?
I'm still not sure if Arizona State's going to follow, but Arizona seems to be like they were basically all the way out the door.
There's stuff within legislature. So when you're talking conference realignment and universities, there's a lot of state legislature stuff that has to be involved. And there is basically an informal type of pact between Arizona and Arizona State that say, hey, if you guys go, we got to go. So
like take your little brother with you.
Exactly. So, but for example, a lot of people will ask, well, why doesn't Oregon and Oregon State have that? Why doesn't Washington and Washington State have that? They just don't have it within their state legislature. Now,
it's like Texas in the oil.
Now, there's a way that maybe behind closed doors, Washington says, hey, Wazoo, let's go ahead and give you this a little bit of money, and you guys we'll just tide you over for right now while you join the Mountain West. because now we're moving towards a time where Pac-12 Mountain West merger is probably likely. And that means that they'll have to reconstruct, I should say, the Mountain West media deal, which they pay out about $4.5 million per school per year for the Mountain West.
All?
That's all. So maybe we
What's
see
the
an
benefit?
Apple. Maybe we see an Apple TV come into the play there and they get the Mountain West / Pac-12 for a bargain. Maybe we see CBS Sports, who has their deal with the Mountain West currently, who has some rights, maybe say, you know what, we'll take all of you guys and we'll get it for a much cheaper bargain than the $20 million that Apple TV initially offered for the Pac-12. But there you go. Oregon and Washington to the Big Ten. It's official.
Appreciate that, Nick. Nick, special report, giving it to us raw and rugged. Thank you, Nick. Well, there you go. The rumors are not rumors anymore. It's the truth.
Yeah, I think this was inevitable. I mean, the Pac-12 was staying on, was on life support basically already, and we'll see. Again, maybe they can continue as a lower level conference, but they're not going to be where they have been historically. If Oregon and Washington signed the deal to stay with the Pac-12, sign that Land grant deal, you're just. You imagine that you would be regretting it rather quickly because you're not going to make the money you would in the Big Ten. Now, for the Big Ten, it's interesting because Oregon and Washington are not going to get the same share that the rest of the Big Ten schools are going to get. USC and UCLA will. But, does that mean any less money for Nebraska? Do they have, how do you reconstruct those TV contracts? I'll be interested to see. But as far as trips out there, that they're not cheap. It's a long drive. It's similar to UCLA and USC. But when we look down the line of if there's going to be pods and as these conferences get bigger, you might have to go there. Nebraska, again, being the westernmost Big Ten school before these Pac-12 ads, might be lumped in with those schools.
We ain't scared. Let's go. I'd rather play them than Ohio State and Michigan State. Michigan every year. I mean, give me. Who'd you say? Oregon?
No, yeah, Oregon, Washington.
Give me
UCLA,
Oregon
yes.
any day of the week. Washington? Yes.
With the exception of UCLA, they've all
Give
been
me
pretty good
UCLA.
programs compared
Give
to
me
Nebraska
USC.
the last 10 years.
They have, but you got to measure yourself to somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, Bob. Don't get it twisted. These streets be crazy, Bob.
Conference realignment streets.
Crazy. Big Ten. Add more teams. Turn up a little, Bob. No. Yeah. Crazy. Always up to no good. 93.7 the ticket. It's the Captain Show. I'm with.
Fuck.
Terrell Farley is handling some business out there. We miss you, brother. We'll see you when you get back on Monday. No good. I might be on vacation until the 21st, or I might come back on the 16th or 17th. We'll see how my staycation / vacation is. We'll be right back. It's the ticket, 93.7.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
What are you doing, hon? I thought we were going to pick up our Powerball with Power Play and Double Play tickets.
Hold on, I have to sit through this video meeting for work.
Did they realize how big the Powerball jackpot is?
I know, but these blowhards keep rambling on.
I don't want to miss my chance to win millions of dollars.
Well, neither do I, but how do I get these windbags to speed it up?
Dave, you're not on mute.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Play Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So, Matt Davis in the studio, president of the 1890 Initiative, Nebraska's NIL operation.
We have some big things that we're going to announce, I think, in the next, few weeks, few months for sure. So I think 1890 and the trajectory for our company is really good. I think we have the ability to have a top, 5 collective in the country. I think we're trending that way.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah.
I am just having way too much fun. Listen, it's 93.7 The Ticket. Captain Show. I'm with Bach, and we up here grooving. Fastest 2 hours in radio is piled up, man. Golly. I feel like I didn't talk about a lot. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're going to be excited about the football that's going to be played. Coach Rule's excited about being there. And we all should just be ready because I think I can't wait for my 2-week vacation to start. So when I come back on the 21st, guess what I got? 10 days before the start of the season. And I'm on my way to Minnesota. I am. Nebraska is no longer the San Diego State of the Big Ten. We are now the Nebraska of the Big Ten. Nobody wants to be the Nebraska of anything.
You'd like to be the Nebraska of football.
Aaron said, hope all is okay at home, VJ. Hang in there, buddy. What?
What?
What? Aaron, you know something I don't know?
Uh-oh.
Do I need to call home, Aaron?
Make sure everything's all right.
God, dog, you act like you are you inside my home, Aaron? Anyway, International Hot Dog says, timeline, please. Why don't high school or college area conference state football lists include long snappers? You gotta have this long snapper on here, don't you? We call out and include other specific positions like quarterback, running backs, kickers, punters. Aren't long snappers just as important? NFL Pro Bowl includes them. They are. I thought didn't we sign a long snapper? Or did we end up signing him?
I think we did.
That's a long snapper.
Yeah.
Come on, International Hot Dog. Notorious B.I.B. says, those mountain lions in Omaha. That's why, VJ.
Oh, that could be. Yeah.
Now we got pit bulls. We'll stick about 5 or 6 of them on that mountain lion or whatever it's called. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get to more before we get out of here. All right. 3258 says this. 2 biggest Hall of Fame failures. Roger Craig in the NFL and Roger Maris in Major League Baseball. Criminal. Roger Maris is not in the Hall of Fame. What?
That is surprising. Although Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame is very strange because just omits people that
Is Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame?
Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, but they said Pete Rose. They wasn't going to let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
No. But I mean, again, with Pete
He's
Rose,
over there gambling.
you might not like what Pete Rose and Barry Bonds did, but they are literally 2 of your best players ever. So,
who's your favorite Husker quarterback of all time?
my favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go back to when you're a kid because I don't think you can necessarily have a favorite. I mean, maybe you can. I guess the way you play him. You know, I really like Bobby Newcomb as a quarterback. One of my first Husker jerseys was number 12. Well, that's when I was a kid. I'm trying to think.
Favorite. We're not talking about as a kid. We're talking about all time.
Like, who would I want to start a team?
Yeah, I mean, just your favorite guy.
I mean, I wasn't alive to watch, some of the guys in the 80s and the 70s. I caught a little bit of Tommy Frazier. I would say probably maybe Eric Crouch then.
Oh, EC, that's a good choice. Good choice. I think I will go with the man with the plan, the man that knew everything, the man that said I am and I can and you will and you do. Turner Gill.
Oh, there you go.
The other one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you talk.
Good choice.
Let's go, VJ. You the man with the plan, VJ. VJ, you know everything, VJ. I was like, Coach, I don't know nothing. Yeah, you do, VJ. Can I borrow a couple bucks, Coach? No. Okay, here we go. Pecan Pie says, wondering why Rule didn't call up Bush when the tight end coach had to resign. Bush would have been great in special teams analyst role. Well, you hire from within. You hire from within. And that's his motto. When you hire from within, guys already know the rules. It's easy. When you go outside, you got to train the guys up on what the rules are. You don't have to train a guy that's already in the building to know. D'Angelo Evans. That name sound familiar?
That's a good name. I don't know why. Where's that from?
I don't know. Willie said it.
Well, you can say D'Angelo Evans when you want. Yeah, I like that.
4171 says, would you rather have a dominant running back squad or dominant receivers?
Running backs.
All day long. Both, but give me the running backs.
Yeah.
Because running backs are going to get you your bread and butter. They're going to soften up the team. They're going to do the things that they really, a lot of people do not want to do the dirty work. Block, tackle, and then block and tackle again. Block some more. You don't get the ball all game. Keep blocking, block. Oregon and Washington to the Big Ten, reported by Brett. Yeah, we got it. We got it. What do you guys got on the water cooler?
Well, I think we are going to do the water cooler just because of the breaking news. Usually on Fridays, sometimes we play Adam Carricker's Big Ten show, but with the latest news, unfortunately, that'll be a little bit outdated. So we're going to talk all about conference realignment because who knows what this means for the future. I mean, they just figured out their new scheduling and the permanent crossover and get rid of divisions. This is the first conference now to 18 teams. 18. I mean, how are they going to possibly? What do they want to do? Like, what's going to be the goal? Isn't it? Because right now it was with 16. It was like, okay, you can play everybody twice in every 4-year span. The more you expand, the less the more difficult that's going to be. Like, what's the goal eventually? I don't know.
Yeah. Notorious B.I.B. says we would miss Bill on early break with Sip and Jake.
That's right.
Yeah, Bill's not going anywhere.
Maybe
okay?
Bill's
a part of us
maybe
now.
Maybe Bill denied some jobs.
Bill said no.
To stay with the ticket.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm sitting back. I get to talk for a living now. I don't have to do any X's and O's. I don't have to talk to little hard-headed grown men. I don't have to tell them to tie their shoe and put their mouthpieces in. I'm all in. I'm right here. Thunder Night College says, keep us afloat when Tommy and Brooke went down. Should have won the Heisman. Huh?
Oh, he said Turman was his favorite. Kept us afloat when Tommy and Brooke went down.
Oh, got it. I had to go up. So, okay.
Who is saying should have won the Heisman?
Hey, listen, I can't be mad at you like in the Terminator. That's one little tough little dude, man. Corey and Lincoln says, VJ, you going to be at the ticket tailgate in Boulder? Dude, I'm going to be up in the mountains until game time.
Are you?
Then I'm coming down during the game. Okay.
Don't miss it.
Are you going to be there?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to figure out because some people have to stay back. I know everybody wants to go.
Plus, Corey, if I tell you I'm going to be at the tailgate, y'all have people there waiting on me. So I just show up by myself. I'm going to go trade it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm going to be there, Corey. You best believe I'm going to be there, man. I'm hoping I go there and we're 1-0.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope I'm not going there and we're 0-1 and they're 1-0. That wouldn't be a good look at all. But yeah, I'm looking forward
if
to
Colorado's 1-0, either way, man, that'll be interesting. The whole nation's eyes will be on that game.
Hey, listen, before we get out of here, can you play I Lost My Baby real quick?
I suppose we could.
Well, I'm just saying, you need to sing it.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
We better go with the legal ID first, at least.
Okay, man. Legal ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM first. 93.7 The Ticket.
Pecan pies. You're a tough customer, Pecan. Leave people alone.
Are you going to sing this one?
Yeah, you got it.
I'm not going to sing this. I don't have a very good voice.
Come on.
Let's do it together.
Okay.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lost my baby in a pool game.
Come on.
Lost my baby in a pool game, and I know.
And I
can't go home.
I can't go home. I can't go home.
I said, I know, I can't go home.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
Lost my baby in a pool game.
I lost my baby.
Lost my baby in a pool game, and I know. I said, I can't go home.
I can't go home. I can't go home.
I said, I know, I can't go home.
Okay, Bob, this is it.
Lost my baby in a pool game.
I lost my baby.
Lost my baby in a pool game.
I lost my baby.
Lost my baby in a pool game, and I know I can't go home.
Okay, Bob.
more.
Yeah. Okay, Bob, you got it. I told you it's a little bit of encouragement. Now, hey, we ain't gonna fire Terrell though.
No, he's He's better at
Yeah,
it.
he's better at it. He would have beat me at it too, real quick. Jeremy,
You just want to claim it for the captain, and so Terrell can't take it, right?
Yeah,
that's part of the captain.
right. That's now it's claimed because
Yeah.
you did it. Right? It sounds awesome, guys. Keep up the fun. Yeah, that's what we try to do is have some fun, guys. Life is just a box of chocolates. You gotta have fun. I went to practice today, and I almost didn't leave. Everybody was like, "I'm serious." They were looking at the clock like, yes, yeah, you probably should be getting out of here, shouldn't you, VJ? And then I'm not gonna say who said it. It's like you can't leave, can you? I'm like, I don't want to.
No.
I want to stay for the entire practice.
Breathe it, live it.
It smells great in
Yes.
here, by the way. And Notorious B.I.B. said that wasn't bad, guys.
Yeah.
Standing next to a mountain. I'm not gonna read that. That wasn't bad, guys. Where is this? International Hot Dog says this. When was the last time you lost your baby in a pool? Seriously? Pool game.
Yeah.
He's talking about his honey, like his woman.
Yeah.
He's not talking about his real baby.
Yeah.
Like he put his baby up on the auction. Yeah, we're gonna bet the baby.
Winner gets the girl.
Yeah,
That was the
gosh.
game. Yeah.
Come
Not a
on,
baby.
International Hot Dog. Oh my God, they're going nuts right now. I'm trying. I can't keep up, guys. Slow down. Sorry, but no one is better at singing that than the black shirt.
That's right.
We know that. But I just wanted somebody asked us to do it. I think they wanted to see if you can do it, Bob.
Yeah. I can fill in a remix.
Okay. But not bad though, Bach Henry says. You can play my music now.
Oh, okay.
It's all over. Guys, I don't know if I see you in a week or I see you in 2 weeks or I see you in 10 days. But at some point, you will see the captain. I will have a lot of knowledge and we will be that much closer to Nebraska football. Period. It's an exciting time in Husker country. Be excited. Support our guys. Give them all the love and the support that they need. Support the coaches. Thank you guys for listening to the captain. Appreciate you, Black Shirt, DP, Mark, Nick, everybody that's on the captain. Appreciate you guys all. Bach, thank you.
Yeah.
Right? Is this my going away? I'm like,
This is
yeah.
going away. It's just a few weeks. You'll be back.
And now, introducing the undisputed, unmatched welterweight champion of the world, Terrence, August 12th. Bud Crawford. I just like saying that. I don't know why. Hey, man, we'll see y'all. Freestyle Friday. Hey, water cooler's up next. Goodbye.
Yeah. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
What are you doing, hon? I thought we were going to pick up our Powerball with Power Play and Double Play tickets.
Hold on, I have to sit through this video meeting for work.
Do they realize how big the Powerball jackpot is?
I know, but these blowhards keep rambling on.
I don't want to miss my chance to win millions of dollars.
Well, neither do I, but how do I get these windbags to speed it up?
Dave, you're not on mute.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Play Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI. They're a family-owned business operation since 1952. Friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
This is President and CEO of Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join every Saturday from 3:37 for the LIBA Business Hour as we discuss business and highlight those. It's the